Alright, hello guys, welcome to a video today. We're going to be talking about Miller A nor'easter and what that storm track means. I've been getting a lot of comments of people trying to correct me, trying to tell me that I'm wrong about a nor'easter storm track, even though I've been, viewing them for probably about 6 or 7 years now. I've been tracking them, and I have quite a bit of experience with where they originate and everything, so I just wanted to educate the general public on all that kind of stuff. Before I get started with the video though, I'd ask that you'd subscribe if you do like educational weather videos, live streams, and seasonal forecasts. I do those a lot. Make sure to like the video if you do like this type of video as well. Let's get right into it. Looking at the area of origin really quickly, you'll notice that it is over. For this particular storm, I'm actually going to show two storms here. One is weaker, this one is weaker, the next one is going to be a bit stronger. So we're going to start with this one. You'll notice that the area of origin is in the Kansas, Colorado, Oklahoma, northern Texas area. This is where our main area of low pressure system and vorticity begins. Now, I wouldn't quite consider this a nor'easter yet, obviously, but this is our nor'easter, so this is a nor'easter technically, or what will become a nor'easter. So to say that this is where a nor'easter starts is true. We're going to animate things a little bit here. You'll notice that things start to move towards the Gulf of Mexico over Texas, and then we're going to stop it right here and take a look at the main area of intensification. It's going to begin here in the Gulf states and over the Gulf. It really just depends where it goes over, because sometimes they stay on land and sometimes they go into the Gulf of Mexico. This is where you're going to get most of your moisture, because obviously there's a lot warmer temperatures down here than up where we began, and a lot more moisture. So as we begin to animate things, once again, you'll notice that these colors turn a lot more intense here as we enter the main area of development. You'll also notice a lot of vorticity, and we're going to pause it once more, and that's going to bring us to the area of worst impact. This is why it's called a nor'easter, because this is the area that gets most impacted while it's heading in a northeast direction. You'll notice that there's a darker shade of red. This is the area most impacted, but this entire red area is going to be getting lots of winds, lots of rain, and lots of waves, big waves and bad rip currents. The ocean's going to be going wild out there. This is your typical Miller A nor'easter track as we animate it again, just to see the end result here as it gets very intense, lots of snowfall for New England, and there you have it. So that was our first storm. So we're going to move on to our next storm here. You notice that the area of origin is different this time. This time we're developing in Texas and Mexico. Here's the thing about nor'easters, folks. It's not an exact science to where it originates. A lot of these systems are very different. We have two different types, Miller A and Miller B. Those are our big types. There's big differences between the two. Maybe I'll make a Miller B nor'easter video sometime later on, but for now we're just focusing on the Miller A type. So we start on the Texas-Mexico border, and as we animate things here, you're going to notice that we begin to move towards the Gulf of Mexico again, and as we pause it here, again, our main area of intensification is the Gulf of Mexico once more. This is, again, where it's going to pick up a lot of moisture and the temperatures are a lot warmer. So as we hit play again, the colors just come to life, and you'll notice that it blows up. One last time as we pause it, you will see that the main area of impact is the eastern seaboard. This time Florida is getting a lot involved because this is a much stronger system and it's much further south. This one brought a lot of flooding and a lot of winds to Florida, and our main area of worst impact is again that eastern seaboard right against the coast where this thing's going to track. And as you see, those bright colors absolutely demolishes the east coast. So that's your typical nor'easter track. I hope this educated a lot of you as to why it's called a nor'easter, because it heads northeast, but this does not mean that this is where the storm begins. A lot of, if not almost all of the storms develop in the south Midwest region, somewhere in Texas, Kansas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, that type of area is where we start to see our main area of vorticity and low pressure, and then that moves into the Gulf. That's when the storm becomes very strong, and then it moves up the east coast. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys later.